Hi, this is Kayla with Benchmark, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up a Nano 2 receiver as a base in Microsurvey's FieldGenius for Android. I have a project open already, and I'm going to select Instrument at the left, and it'll bring up any instrument profiles. I want to create a new profile for my base, so I'll click Add Profile, and I want to make sure to select GNSS Reference. For the make, I'm going to scroll down and select ComNav. And for the model, I want it to be RTK IMU. For my profile name, I'm going to update it to the name of Nano 2 Base. Once I've done that, I'll click Create at the bottom right. Next will be to set up communication. So I will click Set up Communication. For my connection type, I want Bluetooth, and then I will click Search to the right, and it will bring up a list of available Bluetooth devices. For my base, I'm going to choose the device ending in 2830, so I'll select that, and click Connect at the bottom right. Once it has connected to my receiver, next will be to set up tolerance. Default values of minimum 5 satellites, and a max PDOP of 4, and a 10-degree elevation mask are good, so I'll keep them as is, and click OK at the bottom right. Next will be to set up the antenna height of my receiver. I measured the height here in the office to be 1.8, so I'll put in 1.800 meters. For the model, I want to have N2. My measure point was the bottom of the antenna mount. I'll click OK at the bottom right. Next will be to set up the reference position. I'm going to do an averaged position. Once I click Set up Reference Position, I want to choose Observe, and I'm going to take an average of 10 points. So I'll hit Start. 10, I'll click Stop, and then Done at the bottom right. I can then save this point, so I'll click Save at the bottom right. Next, I'll scroll down to set up the corrections. There's one option of RTK via radio, so I'll click Set up Communication. My device is UHF radio module, and the device port is internal device. Next, I'll click Radio Settings to apply any changes to the internal radio. It'll take a moment for the port to configure. Once it's completed configuring, it'll bring up the radio settings menu. For the protocol, I want to choose transparent. My transmission power 1 watt and frequency 469.05. Once I've made any of those changes, I'll click Apply at the bottom right, and it will apply these changes to the receiver, which will take a moment. It will take me back to the communication menu, and I'll click Done at the bottom right. Then it will be to choose the correction format. So I'll click Set up Correction Format. For the message format, I want to choose RTCM3 MSM5. And then I'll click Done at the bottom right, and then click Start Transmitting. As long as everything has been set up correctly, my radio light on my receiver should start flashing. And then I'm also going to choose to log some raw data, so I'll click Raw Data Logging. I'll keep the rate as 1 second and click Start Logging. Now that my base has been set up, I'll click Done at the bottom right, and it will bring me back to the instrument profile list. And from here, you would continue to set up your rover. You can see how to do that in an upcoming video. That's it for today for how to set up a Nano 2 as a base in Microsurvey's FieldGenius for Android. If you have any questions about anything you've seen in today's video, or any questions about anything you've seen on our YouTube channel, please give us a call at 1-888-286-3204, or visit us on the web at bench-mark.ca.